Okay, so how do we play the Scotch? I believe everybody knows by now. E4,
E4,
E5,
E5, E4.
Huh?
Sorry, knight F3.
Without knight F3, if you play D4, it's a Danish gambit.
Bye bye.
Knight F3, our Ian's favorite opening. Knight C6, and then D. We are in the Scotch territory. Main line, we discussed it last time, so we will not go there now. We're going to go deep into the Scotch gambit territory. So after takes, white plays which move to take it to Scotch gambit?
Sir. Bishop C4.
Yeah, white can take back, that's a Scotch main line. And then you will play bishop c5, bishop e3, queen f6, and game goes on. Somebody got into trouble. Vihan got into trouble last class, na, in the Scotch.
But still I won.
You won?
Yeah, he won. So when he took my rook at the end, I thought, oh shit, I blundered my rook. Then I played a bishop move, it was a check, and his queen gone.
Okay, yeah, I remember. So bishop c4 is the Scotch gambit. White is keeping this pawn to take it later. Will he get to take it back? We don't know. It depends on where the game goes. So now, now what's the main move for black? Let's see how many of you remember.
Knight F6.
Okay, Vihan.
Queen to F6.
Okay.
Knight F6.
Okay. Prayan.
Knight F6.
Okay, Queen F6 is not a great idea. Bishop G5. It's already a gambit where white wants to open up the position, and then your queen also coming into the mix. It will be very nice for white. So Knight F6 is the best thing because you're attacking this pawn. Now there are two main lines to understand. Only then you can face the Scotch gambit properly. Okay. They will miss the Scotch gambit.
They are not main lines,
Okay. The main lines that we have to understand when you play against the Scotch gambit. Why would you play C3?
No, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
You've sacrificed a pawn for the initiative, for the sender. It's a Scotch gambit. So
what is Scotch bomb? I forgot.
We'll see all that later. So right now let's understand this position. After white played the Scotch gambit, black would just take back. Hi, Christy, right? Yeah, please, Christy. Srikanth, please move a little back. Yeah. So
Sorry.
No problem. Sorry. So
Sir, right now I know what I should play.
Yeah.
Castles.
Castling is one of the options. There are two good ways to continue for white. Castling is one. What's the other one?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Bishop G5.
Bishop G5.
Winning, no. Now they can't take our E4.
This is Bishop E7. No.
If they take
What's the main move for white here? What is the tempting move here for white, guys?
E5?
Yeah, of course E5.
Oh yeah!
Black does not play knight F6 because they are afraid of E5. But you shouldn't be afraid of E5. That's the thing. E5 is not a problem. This is still the main line of Scotch gambit. One of the golden rules of chess. If someone plays E5 to attack your knight, you play D5 to attack opponent's bishop.
Oh yeah, bishop isn't there. Oh.
Then you can't allow E5. Then it's not good for you. The bishop is there, no? That's why you're doing this. So after this, if white takes and black is in a great position, it's winning. It's minus 2 point something.
Minus 2.5.
Yes. So takes is back completely back to white. So white will play.
Bishop to B5.
Yeah, white will save the bishop. Black will play.
Knight to G4.
No, better square. Knight G4 in the
E4.
corner.
E4.
Knight E4. G4 it's in the corner, no? This knight's pinned anyway, so you're not attacking this. So H3 will kick the knight. So knight E4, and now white will get back the pawn, the gambited pawn. Now black has to play. Kavish, what should black do? What do you have to play for black?
Bishop D7.
Yeah, we have to play bishop D7.
So but can't we also play Queen H4?
Queen H4.
Why? It will just get kicked out.
Kicked. And then there's a threat there, so you lose. This is a threat, no? So when somebody is making a threat, if you ignore it, you'll be very careful.
It's not a huge threat.
It's not a huge threat, so knight takes, and what will you do?
No, like once we kick the queen. Oh wait, bishop, queen can't go to H6.
Yeah, you can't defend this. Okay, so let's go back. So bishop D7 is required. Hello, Neera. We are discussing the Scotch gambit main line. So now black is making a threat. I mean, not really. Yeah, I thought knight takes pawn was a threat, but no, bishop take bishop, knight is there. So there's no threat.
So
but
the same line you told in that class also.
okay. So white usually takes here, and now we take back with
Pawn.
yeah. We take with the pawn so that we can keep the bishop pair, and then you use that pawn to go
So
forward.
if we take with bishop, no, it's not.
That's okay, but then there's no advantage. I mean, black has a small advantage here because you've got the bishop pair and you have more control of the center. So when you play the Scotch gambit as white, you're taking a small risk. If black plays correctly, you will have a equal or slightly worse position. So that's the problem. So did you understand this much? Because we have to go more deep into this, but we'll go deep afterwards. After
So I
you
don't have a
under-
worse position now, right?
This is not a worse position. It's equal. Just slightly maybe black is comfortable, but it's equal.
Point was.
So after
Yeah.
that we should
Minus
either develop a knight or
No.
castle.
Bishop is hanging, no?
Yes, sir. Now after bishop moves.
Bishop moves, let's say here, right?
So why not a4?
That's just a bad place. Now there's no future for that bishop here. It's completely locked. So you would
Why not d3?
D3, yeah. D3 you can make an argument for that.
Because the knight is so good, you can.
Hmm.
This bishop is not that good. It's kind of closed in the knight squares. So
No,
you can-
by the way, so sorry. So that means, so basically here in that position, usually the knight does not take. It is the bishop that takes. Sorry, bishop usually takes, and black gets a bishop pair. If you take with the knight,
Bishop.
same thing, but I guess
Bishop will
black
have
will have a
to-
better position here.
Bishop will have to.
Yeah, bishop will have to move. So bishop takes usually, and then the knight is already here, right?
So white knight.
Yeah. So pawn takes, and now this is the main line of the Scotch gambit. So here usually white castles, and then black plays bishop c5. There are different moves to consider, but bishop c5,
Bishop e3.
bishop e3.
So knight b3.
Bishop e3 you can play.
Yes,
Or-
sir. Because then if black plays something like castles, let's say,
Hmm.
then we can
And
take the
C6
c6 pawn. Oh, no, that's blunder. I didn't see the
Bishop is
knight on.
different as well.
I didn't see the knight on.
The knight doesn't need to be different. Bishop e3 is not needed right now. White usually plays either bishop e3 or don't need to move the knight. Start f3 now.
Sir,
Sir,
if
but
you
it kind
kind
of wins.
Huh?
Kind of wins
Yeah,
the
it is
knight.
spin, but it's defended, so nobody's attacking it
Sir.
twice. Nobody can attack it twice.
if you write down your opening preparation in a book
Yes.
and then you can view that book while playing in a tournament, is it legal?
No, it's not legal. It's not allowed. That's cheating. You can't even write a note on your score sheet. Like people have, one person has lost a game because of writing like a note. Like during a game, he wrote "think properly" or "take more time" on his score sheet, and he lost the game because of that. You can't do anything other than write the moves on your score sheet or take anything
So why
other
can't you
than
write anything?
because there is a rule. The rule is a rule. You can't change it according to your needs.
Maybe
So-
there is a secret.
Okay, now coming back here, f3 is the main move. So the fun is only starting. This is just the preliminary part. After knight moves, f4. Knight comes back. Now bishop e3, and this f5, f6 is scary. So we'll come back to this.
And black can't castle other side because it's kind of open.
So this
So
is.
then we'll push f5.
Then it will be even worse. No, pawn takes f6 and king is open, isn't it? King is on open
Is
side.
it for white I'm telling? We can push
White.
f5.
Oh, but it's black's turn, right? Black will first play bishop here. f5 is not scary if the king is not castled yet. Because after castling, f5, f6 is very scary. It will open up your king and there will be pawn sitting
So
on f6.
currently, how do you break through the center?
We'll get back to this. We'll get back to this position.
So then what
This
is the
is-
move for black?
That's what I'm saying.
Get
First,
back.
let's understand this, the main line, and then we'll go deeper into this after we understand the other main line as well.
We
Then
will
we'll come
get
back.
back behind.
Okay. So otherwise, you'll just get confused about
Okay, let's
everything.
memorize the position.
So, this is a very important opening too. If you play in rapid tournaments, this is very popular opening in rapid.
Scotch
Okay.
gambit.
Yes.
So can we do Scotch bump now?
Hey.
Scotch bump. I said bump. What are you basically?
Okay. Now, let's come back. After e4, e5, knight out, d4 takes bishop to c4, Scotch gambit. We just discussed what happens after knight f6, e5. Right? Black plays Vihan Agarwal. What move?
Black plays. Yeah, d5.
Yeah, if black does not play d5 and plays the knight
It's a
somewhere,
blunder.
it's not blunder. It's bad
Blunder.
position for black.
Inaccuracy.
No mistake. Inaccuracy is just. It's
So
a mistake.
knight h5 is a blunder.
Yeah, knight h5 is a blunder. G4 traps it. Knight g4 is okay, but it's bad. Queen e7 is bad. Knight g8 is bad. So you have to play d5 and game goes on. Now, the Scotch bomb, as we call it, that variation. Basically, white does not play e5. White just castles.
Sir, I told you.
So now,
You never told me.
now if you don't listen properly, you will get shocked on the board by your opponents. So try to focus fully here, because if you face it without knowing it first time when you face it, you will definitely get shocked. So keep the pieces down, mister. Okay. So after castling, what should black do?
Knight takes pawn.
Knight takes pawn is the correct move, the best move. If you
Why?
don't, you don't
Sir?
want to take the pawn.
Rook to
Okay. So we don't take the pawn.
No.
Is it? So it's not safe to take the pawn.
No.
Why not?
We are thinking
After knight takes rook e1.
Rook e1 and queen.
Queen,
No,
you want to
not
put the
queen,
queen also in the
bishop. No, not bishop.
knight sagging and you're putting a bishop. Knight takes rook e1 and then
d5.
yeah, d5. So don't just stop just thinking knight takes is bad because rook e1 and my knight is pinned, it's gone. It's not always bad. If you don't take, I push. Then it's even worse.
Bad
So
behavior.
in chess, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, if you choose a passive move or if you don't choose the most active way to play, you will get punished.
Sir,
Like here, if you don't take, white will have a very good position.
Sir, Priyan got his wish.
What is that?
Sir, Shrikant telling him very well.
Okay. Knight takes. Okay, now let's focus. Knight takes pawn is the most active move here. Don't think that rook e1 is a big problem. If your king is in the middle, it's fine, but you have d5, no? As long as you have d5, it's all good. Because even if you lose the pawn, you have 2 pawns up right now. You're up to 2 pawns. No? You took on d4 and you took on e4. Now white will play rook e1. Black will play
D5.
d5. So
Where's
now,
the ball? No,
yeah,
D3.
now with bishop d3, white will get back the pawn. If you hold on to it, it's tough for you. You can't hold on to it unless you play f5, which will be bad. So you can just play bishop e7, let them take, and castle.
Sir, but why isn't f5 good?
You're opening up your king too much.
Sir, but what, the queen can't come in anyway.
Okay, I play knight g5. What's your next move?
Sir, even if the queen comes to h5.
No, you play a move. No, just play a move. What will you do here?
Oh!
Just tell me a move. Just play a move.
I think he's sleeping like that.
You can't play a move.
Sir, I once lost a rapid game.
Can you just play a move for black to score?
Oh god.
Are you saying
wait,
black is
no,
good?
my, nothing.
Now there's no move for black.
No,
Nothing
no,
for black.
it's gone.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we did knight to e7.
Knight to e7.
Uh,
That's a good move.
for black.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay,
that's a good
okay.
move. That's good.
Very good.
Queen h5.
How's that good? So can't they
This is how threatening f3 is.
Can't they play g6?
Huh?
Can't they play g6?
You're scared of queen h5. Then f3 you lose the piece.
Wait, yeah.
The piece is pinned. So knight e7 is okay. Knight e7 is good. I will still play.
So,
Oh sorry,
the
pawn
pawn was
is
there.
there. I'll play. Can't play queen h5. I guess I'll
So
play.
actually, I had
I'll
just
play
thought-
f3 still. Still
Sir,
f3.
sir,
Still
actually,
f3.
no,
F3.
Listen, before this, I actually hadn't thought of. I had just thought of the queen coming in and to block this side. I didn't think about the e4
F3.
knight getting pinned.
Yeah, it's already pinned. Now f3 it's good for white for
So
sure.
now,
Because my pieces are active. Your king is
so now I'll
sitting
do
duck over there.
knight to f6.
Alright, knight to f6.
Now what will you do?
Now I shall play.
Queen e2. Huh?
If this is not good for me.
96.
Knight e6 is there, but
No,
better
but-
activate everything before going in. Just queen e2. It's just a very nice position for white. Black is just one piece active. White is active and castled and has pressure. This is not what black wants.
Now I'll do
Yeah, black is up a pawn for all this trouble. But it's just a pawn for it's not worth the
And plus it's
suffering.
double pawn.
Okay, let's.
Now you can't do
So
anything.
Sir,
again,
we can do black can play at 6, chucking out the knight.
you can, but it's still terrible for black.
Yeah, but still, because the knight will.
Let's go back. So that's not what
And the knight replaces
black
the king.
wants. Now, let's discuss the main line again. So after e4, e5, knight out, d4 takes. The Scotch gambit is played. The Scotch gambit is played, and now black plays knight f6. And here, after castling, so e5 is the main move in the Scotch gambit, but that we know. Castling is what white sometimes plays in rapid a lot. Now the active move here is take. Knight takes e4. White plays rook e1, d5. So I was saying after bishop to d3, it's better for black if you just play bishop e7 and castle. Let them take the pawn. But you're up 2 pawns. They'll get 1 pawn back, but this pawn is still defensive.
Sir, no, there will be 3 attackers then.
3 at okay. So you're saying after bishop d3,
Yeah.
bishop e7
Huh?
takes,
Okay.
takes,
Yes.
takes.
Yes.
Then bishop f5.
Okay.
Don't allow him to take the pawn. You keep your pawn.
So I will do
You'll have to move your rook
Look
and
at
castle.
4.
Look at 4, yeah.
Then the rook will get trapped soon. Then you're risking it. Then
Oh
you-
yeah, bishop 2. Oh wait, my bad.
Your bishop is hanging, mister.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. You're keeping the pressure on the pawn.
So actually, why do we need to take the? We'll just do rook takes f5 then.
No, it's black's turn, no?
So if black plays g5 then.
No, I'll not play g5 now.
G5, you'll lose the bishop.
My bishop is hanging, so I'll play queen d7.
So then I'll take the pawn with my knight.
You can take the pawn with the knight, but then I don't-
Oh no! Instead of that,
I don't know if you're happy
yeah.
or
No,
not.
other than that, oh yeah, that is also okay. My bad.
Now your rook is getting almost trapped.
Not only rook, knight is gone.
Knight is, you can play c3.
No, but before that, instead of castling, then.
So no, sir.
Huh,
After
bishop-
casting,
sir, the bishop
is hanging.
No, before castling.
No,
Before
sir,
before.
after casting.
No, before
No,
casting.
no.
Okay, fine. Before casting, I'm fine. What before casting?
Bishop f6.
Bishop f6.
It's a gone case.
Then knight takes knight. Oh, queen's hanging.
It's a gone case.
Yeah, it's too good, too bad for black, for white. So you can't take the pawn back in that case. So again, you are
Sir.
making.
Sir.
Now.
After the
it's-
castle,
Okay, now let's go back. You know that you are up a
sir,
pawn.
should you go
You
back?
can't-
We'll gain line of
Bad behavior.
No, we are going too far into the unnecessary variation.
Telling people bad behavior is so fun.
Okay.
Sir, chess is so complicated.
So after, of course it is. It's not an
So after
easy game.
the knight, black.
Calm down, guys. What is this? Playing, behaving like 5-year-old kids.
E4, knight E6,
Okay.
knight F3.
Okay. So after Scotch gambit is played,
Castles.
black plays knight f6. Now white plays. Okay. Now everyone calm down.
White
Silence,
plays
please.
e5.
That's the main line. The other move for white.
Castle.
Castle.
Which is better, right?
No. There's no better. You decided after seeing the main line. Black will take. Now white will play rook e1. Black will play d5. This is where we were saying bishop d3 is not good enough for white because you're already given 2 pawns. So bishop d3 gets back 1 pawn and you won't have the bishop pair. So it's a bad deal for white. Black will be upper pawn. That too a d pawn. Undoubled d pawn. So
Bishop b5.
bishop b5, you're 2 pawns down, right?
Bishop into
You get 1
D5.
pawn. No, 1 second. You will still get 1 pawn back, but not 2 pawn. That's bad. Black will just castle after bishop out.
Bishop
So
into
the
D5.
move that white is planning here is
Me.
bishop into d5. And you're acting like you haven't seen it before. It's a Scotch bomb variation. We've discussed this
Easy.
before.
Queen takes knight C3.
Yeah. So what is the idea? It's not like they sacrificed a piece just like that. When you see it for the first time, you'll think, oh no, the whole world is in upside down. So what is happening? It's nothing's happening. It's just
So
that
knight d2.
knight d2, he'll play f5 and your piece down. Knight c3. That's where we are doing this.
What will that do?
Gets back the piece. That's what it does.
Oh.
It doesn't
Oh,
do
that's a
this.
better position.
Is it a better position?
Is the
Who's better? Let's evaluate. Is white better or black better in the result?
White.
Okay, how many of you are saying black?
Bro!
How many of you are saying white? Prayan is not decided. Arya was
Oh
not
yeah,
decided.
black.
Black or white?
White.
Black. Black.
Oh yeah, white.
Black. White.
Black. Two people are saying black is better there.
Sir, then the
Okay, fine. Let's ask Kavish. Why is white better?
The queen is attacked, and if the queen moves, we can take the knight with the rook.
Huh.
If we move the pawn, then we take the queen. He can't take our knight because
You lost us midway. So queen will move. Let's say somewhere.
yeah,
Rook will take.
yeah.
It's a check. So they will not move a pawn. They will block. Then.
knight to my bad.
So the
So
position
then we
is
take the pawn.
white's active. You're saying white's more active.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any black? Those who saying black. What do you have to say to that?
So
Yes.
we'll just play queen a5.
Queen a5. Interesting.
Yeah, and then after
Take.
takes.
No.
Take with the
And with
knight.
the rook, sir. With
With
the
the
rook.
rook, then you have to move the knight anyway, na?
Sir, then we'll take the pawn
How do you take the pawn?
with the knight.
Oh, with the knight you will take the
Sir,
pawn.
and then bishop
Wait.
b4.
So but then they'll castle alongside.
Yeah, if you take the pawn, then castling. You're getting into trouble.
Pawn case.
Yeah, it is bad. Not completely gone, but it's bad. So you can't do that. So it's better to just take with the knight. But anyway, black will play bishop e6. And white cannot take the pawn back easily. Because
Yeah, because then knight will take, queen will take.
that's
black
why the
will-
queen went to a5. So that's a very good move by Srikanth. How did you know this?
I just knew it.
Really? You knew it? You analyzed it or?
No, I just knew it.
So the queen has much more natural squares, like f5 is there. Like one move back, I'm saying. Like this position.
Also, I got it from Scandinavian because like Scandinavian, you mainly move to a5.
Okay, so the position we're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. That
This is the position we're
C6.
talking. Okay, now let's be quiet. So after knight c3, the more natural squares would be f5 or c5. But yeah, a5 is very nice because you're keeping an eye on this rook. So they will take the piece back, and then you will block because you don't want to get discovered attacked, and the game goes on.
So white
This
is
one-
better or black?
This is equal. So you have to understand one thing. When you play the Scotch gambit as white, you're giving away your opening advantage. If black plays correctly, white is not better.
So
Usually white is better in the opening, right?
So
That
you-
advantage is gone.
so
When you
you-
play, that's true with most
So
gambits.
sir, you made us randomly take a poll without there being either of the options true.
No. No, that position you made a decision by evaluating it. Some people said white's better, few people said black is better. But the thing is, it's just equal.
You give us an option, so that's unfair.
So
Bad
that's the thing with most gambits. If opponent does not play correctly, like every move in that line, then white's better. That's why you're playing the gambit, to surprise your opponent, to make him play only moves.
Surprise.
If opponent plays all the moves correctly, if he is prepared, then you don't have an advantage. So you are taking a risk by playing Scotch gambit, but it's not a big risk like you will get a bad position. It'll just be an equal position. So why is this equal? Because to get the pawn back, white will have to work a little bit. So for example, knight g5, putting pressure there. Black will castle, and white gets back the pawn. Takes, and takes. And now black will play bishop e7, developing the bishop. The bishop comes here. It's just an equal.
sir, can you go for
Sort of
few
middle game.
moves back when knight was in g5?
Okay, 1 second. Rook was here. Knight went here. This pawn was, bishop was here, and pawn was here. So where was the rook? Rook was here. Sorry. So knight went to g5, and it is black's turn. I said castling. You back
sir.
the pawn.
And then we play rook takes e6.
After castling.
Yes.
Why do you want to give up your rook?
Sir, after that we'll play knight f7. After the
How will you?
So you're giving up your rook for a bishop to get back a rook for a knight. So all the trouble
Sir,
isn't worth it.
How will the knight go?
it will go.
Knight will get trapped, no?
Most likely.
Wait, 1 second. So let's see.
See,
Is
most
that
likely it will get.
okay, let's see if there is something better there. After bishop e6, castles, you're saying rook takes bishop. Then the thing is, if you lose the knight afterwards, you won't be getting your pawn back. Right? I'll be a pawn. See,
Sir.
if you directly take with the knight, pawn takes, rook takes, you got your pawn back. It's equal. But if he's playing rook takes, pawn takes, knight f7, I move my rook, he takes.
Sir,
Yeah, sir, but there's a chance he can.
sir, why
escape.
move your rook? Just play bishop e7.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. That's a very good
Bishop
point.
e7, then knight you can directly take.
Yeah. So that's the problem. Just bishop somewhere. E7, yeah. And you're down a pawn in this position. So that doesn't work out. So that is why we should
Sir,
not
what
play.
if,
But good
if he
try.
plays bishop e7, what if he play bishop g5?
Then you take the bishop. Then you at the end you will have to take a rook and you will lose a knight, na? It's not like you can delay that any longer. You can exchange, but what does it do?
No, sir, we can just take the d rook. If he takes back, then we can take the bishop. And if he.
Wait. What move are you saying?
No, sir, I'm telling bishop c5.
Bishop g5.
g5.
Bishop g5, I take.
Then I'll take the d rook.
I take back.
And then I'll take a bishop.
Queen takes back. You lose a piece there. Okay, so at the end of all this, what we need to understand is, in the Scotch gambit, black has to play every move correctly. White has two main options. Black needs to play correctly to keep things equal. If black does not, then it is better for white. So Scotch gambit is a very popular way for white to play things, but it's also slightly risky. So we'll go deeper into both the lines in another class.
So
For
next
now,
class,
Do we have
yes,
to play Scotch or Scotch gambit?
you have to play the Scotch. The
You can
opening
play
of the month is
gambit,
Scotch.
bomb,
Exactly.
Main line. Your wish.
That is